The Alexandria hiking trail is near Port Elizabeth and the Eastern Cape of South Africa. Just across from PE, that's Port Elizabeth, over Nelson Mandela Bay are the dune fields, the aim of our hike. The area is part of the Edo Elephant National Park, and the closest town is Alexandria. Here is the team, and just a note on age. The average age of the group is 72. Our spring chicken here is France, at 66. And the other end of the scale is Trev, at 76. He is indestructible. The other two, Ruth and me, are 73. Age is thus not a limit to do these hikes, at least not for us. The trail is laid out to be covered over 2 days, 20 kilometers the first day and 15 kilometers the second. We arrived on the afternoon before to take up residence in the overnight hut. It's a converted house, very comfortable, with all the amenities available. That is fully equipped kitchen, electricity, bathroom, toilets, running water. We lacked nothing. The start was made the next morning, altitude 173 meters. But this is not the highest point of the hike. Going mostly up from the start point, we reached 280 meters. And then it just went down and down. Walking was easy. Initially on a forest road, and later it changed to a trail, but also that was mild. No rocks, no stones, just a few roots now and then. A short stop was called at the waterboom. There are some tables and benches. It was too early for lunch, so on we went, until we got out of the forest onto grassland. Lovely green grass, which made me wish I was a cow. With that sort of fuel, I would produce plenty of milk. At the edge of the beach is a convenient table to have lunch. It was not to be. Just as we unpacked, the rain started coming down. Following Trev's suggestion, we went over to the backpackers, just 100 meters from where we were going to have our lunch. We were made to feel very welcome and even got complimentary coffee. We now had 8 kilometers along the beach. The tide was out and walking very easy for a while. The tide was coming in as we reached the rocky section, forcing us to balance on the rocks. I got wet feet, trying to stay on the sand and only moving up when the waves came in. And then we had a rope. This is a rope that gets you up the dune, which at this point one has to do. The landscape was changing again. We were walking through low coastal brush and eventually reached the woody Cape hut. Nice hut, well situated, overlooking the sea, equipped kitchen, good toilets, but no showers. Water is scarce around here. They just collect rainwater from the roof. One by one, we sneaked off into our sleeping bags. Only Trev still had to play a few games of patience. Next morning was, for me, the highlight of the trail. We went over the dunes for about 5 kilometers. We were lucky that the rain of the previous day had hardened the surface, and walking was a pleasure. Interesting, some old dunes, having been uncovered by the shifting sand. The sand of the old dune had started to form a crust, which will eventually turn into sandstone. A panoramic view showing the extent of the dune field. I insisted that we have a tea stop before leaving the sand behind. From the end of the dunes we were back into farmland, with its green grass. Lunch was had just before we got back into the forest, climbing to close to 300 meters. For some reason, it just went on, and it was only 15 kilometers. Eventually, the house we stayed in came into view. We had made it. The end of a beautiful and exciting hike. Thank you, Park Sport.